Hello, this is not a spring chicken. Yesterday we talked about, yes, the New York Stock Exchange being bought out by, what is it, Deutsche Bank, 60%. Well, guess what else is on the chopping block? Yes, NASDAQ and the Chicago Mercantile. Oh yeah, we're in recovery state. But meanwhile, everything continues on the Middle East, and we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Obama showing why he is considered America's greatest president with less blaming and more recovery.
I know. That's all he's done is blame the Republicans for everything. Now, since the Ronald Reagan thing didn't work, now they're blaming Ronald Reagan raised taxes. Ronald Reagan raised the deficit. Ronald Reagan spent more money. And that the reason why I had to spend $3.75 trillion, which was a massive increase over last, was because of George Bush and the Republicans. You know, that's less blame and more recovery.
Yeah, and government paying for abortions makes for stronger households.
That one last night, even some of the people on the left. But what happened is the Democrats are going after the Republicans like they knew they would on cutting all of these programs back. And so they're running commercials about some actress, well-known actress, going to a closet to get a coat hanger out to perform her own abortion. Mm-hmm. And so the representatives for the left said that it's a proven fact that women that have abortions make for a stronger household than those that don't.
That is,
I would put it this way. I saw a person on the left said he heard a really lot of. They're suggesting that every woman, including teenage girls, should all go out and have abortions because it makes better household, makes better homes. Yeah. That was a no. I mean, they said that was a loser. Even for the base, that went too far.
That is like the biggest crock of.
Oh, I mean, it gets worse last night. I mean, you know, but they said they just went off the deep end because Republicans, they said, are perfectly willing to fund Planned Parenthood if the abortion side is tossed out of it. And they said, well, we can't do that. And the reason why, because the money for Planned Parenthood comes from the abortion side, not the other side.
Wisconsin GOP poised to cut worker rights in budget fix.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to get done, but see, the Republican governor wanted to be on the record as standing up to the unions and having a democratically controlled legislature have to raise taxes in Wisconsin in order to pay for union benefits. I mean, these people, thousands of people stormed the Capitol. You're a guest, the average American. Well, they said, like, in Wisconsin, they said 0.5% of the workers are union in Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they tend to work for the government.
2 dead in Bahrain clash inside the Arab youthquake.
Oh yeah, it's getting worse because the whole Middle East, including Libya, which is a military dictatorship, is now on fire. And it looks like, you know, that they're no longer talking about the democracy movement Barack Obama started with his speech in Cairo. They're now worried about the fact that the Iranians are basically moving into everything in the area because they got tons of money.
Kerry tries to soothe Pakistan diplomatic dispute.
Well, Kerry is angling for the Secretary of State job because they know Hillary is getting ready to step down so she can run against Obama. He wants to be Secretary of State because he knows he can't get reelected in Massachusetts because Massachusetts is a moderate state now, no longer a liberal.
Oh. And the U.S. military says it's investigating sexual assault complaints.
My father was in the military, like I talked before. This is going to go on. In the 1930s, they were doing it, and they said the problem is that they used to initiate the women by raping them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In the military?
Yeah. If you wanted to be part of the boys, you basically, like they did this one movie with the general's daughter with John Travolta, which is semi sort of happened, where they basically the whole platoon repeatedly raped the woman to make her one of the bunch. Yeah, so that's something, but that's not.
Was that their way of chasing off women from the military?
Yeah, they don't want them there because of the problem they have with the woman reporter Laura Logan. I mean, I feel sorry for that woman. But the problem comes is that they don't like women in those countries. And a woman that is strong, they really don't want a strong, willful woman. Mm-hmm. And so the military doesn't like women that can't do the jobs that they do, telling them how to do it. That just pisses them off.
And Obama starts drive for medical malpractice reforms.
Isn't that, He's while the Republicans are sputtering, he's in the forefront. You know why he's doing it?
Because of healthcare.
Yeah, well, because it can't be done. It has to be the United States, the federal government has no control over state medical malpractice thing. It's an individual state thing. The feds cannot tell the state how to run its malpractice system, but it looked good. That's why the Republicans have done it, because they knew they never had to do anything on it. Now Obama, in a bit of wisdom, has co-opted the Republicans' message, and he's always been for malpractice reform, knowing you can't get it.
U.S. military headquarters in Mideast watching Gulf unrest.
Yeah, because it turns out that our soldiers that we have, there were too many of them, probably not going to be enough. Yeah.
And one U.S. immigration agent dead and one injured in Mexico.
This brings up flip-flop Obama. There is no problem in Mexico. Our borders are secure. It's just like, everybody can walk across the border into Tijuana and be perfectly safe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't
Lance
walk in Tijuana when I was a kid. I was 60 years old.
Yeah. Lance Armstrong officially off the bike, retirement 2.0.
Well, because he's 39 years old, folks. He can't. There's no way that as they get older in that world, they lose the ability to participate. He gets heavier, it's harder to keep the weight off, and it's all crucial on biking.
Egypt Muslim Brotherhood plays political party. Or plans political party.
Yeah, it's illegal in Egypt. They cannot.
What are you talking about?
It's illegal for the Muslim Brotherhood to even exist in Egypt, but because Barack Obama said they must have a seat at the table.
Wait. Why is it illegal for them to be in existence?
Because they're a terrorist organization. Of course, our head of security doesn't know they're a terrorist organization, but other than that, what's the big deal?
Wait, aren't they just like the Salvation Army in the United States?
Yeah, that's what we consider them to be, but unfortunately they don't consider them to be. In Egypt is like the Salvation Army.
Yeah, and Andy Warhol self-portrait sells for $17 million at auction.
I heard a person last night said, he said that was a joke.
What was?
The self-portrait, like a lot of his things were jokes. He said he would be laughing, they said he would be laughing his head off if they felt somebody paid $17 million for something.
He probably would.
Yeah. So.
He probably would be. I mean, Andy Warhol was really pretty twisted.
He sold tomato. He's a Campbell soup cans for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I know, wasn't that the joke on Society?
Yeah, that they would buy it.
Senate punish misusers of body scanner images.
Well, it's called, it doesn't happen. Gianna Napolitano will tell you that those people don't do it. That's why Obama gave them union rights, so that they would be protected against litigation against them for violating the civil rights of people. Yeah. By protecting them with the federal union status, you cannot bring criminal charges against those people for stealing the scans, which they are doing.
And they pick people out.
They pick them out. If you happen to be blonde-haired and great-looking, they'll basically, they said that, well, they're trying to do a...
Or if you're a celebrity.
There's no problem with the system. If there's no problem with the system, why is Napolitano getting a thing put in that destroys the picture with about 10 seconds after it's taken? Yeah, then why is there a problem?
Oh, they are doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're going to trust that they did it? Is that
No, but 10 seconds is still 10 seconds. That's the problem. But they have to keep... Here's the trick is, they're not destroying the pictures for one simple reason.
Why?
They need it for evidence in court cases. So the pictures are not being... The same as though, when you call up the police department to report a crime, and those things are supposed to be immediately destroyed? No, they're there because they're evidence.
Well, actually, that part doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Pakistani court delays case of detained American official.
Well, yeah, because they want to try him first, and after they've tried him and found him guilty and executed him, then they'll talk about sending him home. The Pakistanis they're becoming hardcore Muslims, and they don't like America. Blame America's greatest Muslim lover, Barack Obama, for that. Mm-hmm. We had a Muslim government in there that we trusted.
That's true.
Yeah.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
That if you have to ask a politician what a politician stands for and have him explain it to you, you're not going to understand anything he says.